Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm trying to get ready to get started here, and we're glad you're with us this morning. We would love bringing you the show, and I know you especially like it on Friday because all kind of good things going on. We're going to have a giveaway, and also we're going to give you the fishing report today. All kind of cool things. So let's get started with our weather. We've been a little cool. The high today is going to be 68, low 49. Water temperature is hanging in there around 64 degrees. I was not able to put up the river readings this morning, but they're going to be in pretty good shape this weekend. You don't know till you go. So if you want to go, just take off. Our wind direction now is going to be coming out of the north around 9. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is Friday, March the 19th. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. We're looking at good, decent tides today, pretty good tides. High right around noon, 107, and low after midnight, about 12:32 tonight. So that's a good situation. You got it coming in this morning and going out this afternoon, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, folks. We're going to do a little special segment this right here for this first segment. It's a little different, but I just want to do it, okay? So bear with me. I think you'll enjoy it. One of the guys I talked with, a guy named Ray Wisher, for 39 years at Mosley. He and I were close and enjoyed teaching together, and the kids loved him. His peers loved him, and just a great guy. And we retired together when he retired. Ray lost his life right after he retired, and it was a heartbreaking situation for our whole community. And his lovely wife Diane and the daughters Rachel and Rebecca, it was tough on everyone, and especially them, of course. And they were able to, where the accident happened, they were able to get a ghost bike. And if you're not familiar with that, we've got an interview coming up with a guy who does it. But what happened, they had a ghost bike put up, but Hurricane Michael took away everything, and that was something that took away. A tree fell on the ghost bike. So Diane and the girls have been trying to get a new one put in there, and recently they were able to get one on the corner of Delaware and 390 where the accident occurred. And I want to show you a couple of pictures of it because I want to, here it is. This is just a series of pictures. That's Diane, Rebecca. Here's some of us here. We just wanted to go to, it was on a Saturday morning and wanted to just be there. It's 12th Street in Delaware. So you ride by there, you'll see it. And we get them propped up there, get them put in place. And here Diane put some flowers on it, okay? And there they are. That's Diane and Rebecca, and Rachel was in Orlando. But anyway, that's a ghost bike I was going to tell you about. And but the guy that replaced right there for Ray. But I want to tell you a quick story. I got a little interview with the guy who did it, and Diane and we've been close for years as far as on the faculty and all. And Ray was the kind of guy, we would go to the faculty meetings, and he and I would always look at each other, especially after about 12 or 13 years teaching. We did, you know, when the administration comes in with all kind of these crazy ideals, you know how education is, it changes. We look at each other and sort of roll our eyes, and we just had a standing joke, a little group of us guys, and Ray was a lot of fun. He did the grad night trip for everybody, and just the ultimate. And he did the TV. He actually started teaching drafting, and then it evolved into audio and video production. So Ray was just well loved and all. And you know, we'd been together, and we always had competition. Who was going to have? I was a couple years ahead of him, so I had 41 years at Mosley. He had 39. So anyway, we always joked about it. He wanted me to sit out 2 years so he could catch up with me. So the last day of teaching, my very last day, I was over in the outdoor room. I was walking the gym, and you know how sometimes your inner voice speaks to you, although it don't really speak. He just, something inside of me just told me to go tell Ray bye. You know, just would see us all the time. I just want to make an official trip. Walked up there to his classroom in the media center, walked in there, and he looked at me and grinned. And I said, buddy, I just want to tell you an official goodbye. We shook hands and hugged. And one of the kids took a picture and all that. We just had a good little last official visit, and laughed about, we just had a big laugh and all, and talked about what we're going to do in retirement. And here's a picture right here. I've shown it before. That's Ray and I, and we just wanted to pose for our final picture together. And little did I know at that time that would be the last time I would get to see Ray, because a couple of weeks later he lost his life in that bicycle accident. And I got the word on a Monday morning. Gail and I were in St. Joe Bay. I just eased into the water to go scalloping. It was one of the most beautiful mornings, but one of those mornings you get this eerie feeling. And something, Gail got on the phone. She said, "Oh no," and I said, "What is it?" And the accident had occurred and all. But I want to tell you that part, because if you have that feeling or something, to go see old buddy, or go see a long lost relative you haven't talked to, or call them up, do it. Don't wait. I could have put that off, and I regretted it. You know, I always regretted it. But I had that one last visit with him, and so what I have. So what we're going to lead into this video, and this is a guy that does the ghost bike, and he's up in Atlanta. He drove down, and it's a really good interview. And I want to just let Diane and Rachel and Rebecca know how much we love y'all, and how much we all miss Ray and all. But I just wanted y'all to be aware. So, you know, drive careful, watch out for those bicyclists, and everybody just drive more safe now. Driving has been terrible. So what we're going to do, we're going to show this video, then we're going to come back and do some fishing stuff and do our drawing. So it's a little 4-minute video. So Jeff, let's roll it. All right, folks, we had a special occasion here. This special guest, I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us who you are and sort of what you're doing down here in Lynn Haven.
Well, my name is David Matthews. I'm from Decatur, Georgia. I am down here to replace our fallen friend's ghost bike, Mr. Ray Wishart, who was sadly taken from us about 4 years ago. And Hurricane Michael came through, and I came down to replace his ghost bike on the corner here.
All right, Dave, tell us how you got started doing this. You drove all the way down, like you say, from Atlanta. How'd you get started doing this?
Well, number one, in 2011, January 31st, I was hit head-on by a car on a training ride there in East Atlanta area. Took about 5 hours of surgery, lost some teeth, you know, who knows, possible mental or whatever, family issues that is the onslaught of horrific crashes like that. A year later, a gentleman right there a mile from my house was sadly ran over. I was prompted by a couple of the guys in my cycling group that we should get him a ghost bike. I had heard about ghost bikes. I think they originated originally in St. Louis, but they're really big in New York, where there's a boatload of couriers that's what they do for their living, is take mail and food and stuff around by bicycles, because there's not any parking. So I put out my first ghost bike that year after I got hit. And from there, the feeling that I get when I hear of a family that is tragically affected by a motorist running over a cyclist, it really wrenches my gut. It doesn't matter where the person is, doesn't matter how old the person is, it just hits me like a ton of bricks. And for me, this is the way that I can cope. It's also a way that I think that we as society can grab our roads and make them safer for everybody, not just cyclists and pedestrians, but for automobile riders too.
So the ghost bike, in fact, you're leaving here and going over to Destin to do another one.
Correct. Sadly, yeah. It came full circle. One of my former tennis students, one of his best friends in high school was hit down here in Sandestin. And he called me, and that's when it really starts hitting more like a family member, because it's somebody that you really know and care and help raise.
So when you're building your ghost bike, you know who it's for, you know the situation behind it, and this is strictly volunteer. It's not a money maker.
The only thing Bike Friendly ATL is an official 501(c), you know, nonprofit, but I might be the only nonprofit in America that pays no salaries, no hourly wages. I volunteer my time, and I get some gas money, maybe a sandwich or two, but other than that, the money buys paint, you know, and the chains and stuff like that, but that's it.
Well, we always talk about doing good things for a fellow man. I want to compliment you for doing such a great thing for these families, and it's just, I know when people ride by, they're going to give a lot of thought and tribute to the ones they see.
Absolutely. I really hope that people will pay attention by seeing the ghost bikes. Hopefully one day I'll go out of business and we won't have a need for them, and we can address, people that drive irresponsibly and get them to slow down, because everybody's life does matter.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me.
Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully we won't have that many accidents. Just be careful. One thing right now I talk about how much we look forward to riding our bicycles after we retire. So let's move on now. Well, we're talking about the Spanish mackerel or the Spanish mackerel in. What do you think? Check this out. We got some good catches right here. This is a father-in-law. Let me get here. This is Mallory Landingham, and how about Dennis Landingham right here? They did a great job fishing. Dennis and Mallory Landingham. I know she outfished you, Dennis. Okay, how about Jerry Forehand? Jerry got these right here the weekend at Wimico. He caught crappie, trolling beetle spins and bass crappie. Okay, caught really on a Bangalore. You remember how good those Bangalores used to be? That's all good stuff there. Good job, Jerry Forehand. Okay, I got let me see. I got some scattered pictures, but what I wanted to get to also, I wanted to show you this picture right here, up there in Alpha. Okay, here we go. Terry and Keela James, Andy James, and Connie Chump. There's their names right there. We caught this wahoo. Up there around, they didn't catch it around Alpha, they're from Alpha, but it went out 40-something miles, 45-pound wahoo. And I meant to show this picture last week, I got so busy, but that is a fine catch, fellas. Good job there. Okay, and I think that's going to catch up on our pictures, I believe. No, I got one more. Okay, how about right here, Rob Keeler. I caught this one this afternoon in West Bay. Good job. That's a pretty picture right there. Okay, now let's. I've got some more scatter. If you sent pictures and haven't shown them, send them to me again. I think I'm catching up, but I'll get scattered going between Studio A and Studio B. It's confusing. Now, I want to show you. I promise you. Now we talked about fishing for Spanish mackerel with the gotcha plugs. You remember I would do when we took the kids on a pier fishing trip. By the way, I'm going to show one of those pier fishing trips on Monday's show. You're going to enjoy that. But we would always count how many Spanish mackerel were caught with different color gotcha plugs, and it became a really big deal because the kids would compete with each other and say, well, you should have been fishing with redhead or yellowhead or whatever. So anyway, we kept a record of it. I'm going to show you this. This is on the board. I've showed it before, but I know you probably forgot it. What the situation was, okay, on the color on the left is a head, the color on the right is a body. So orange head, gold body, like that top one. So that day it caught 50, orange head, gold body. The yellow head with gold body, they didn't like yellow that day. But how about orange? You see look at orange. That orange head really attracted them. Okay, and then the yellow and the silver was third place right there. You got everybody sort of see that? And then the silver spoon, you would think, way at the bottom, that silver spoon, normally that catches everything. But it didn't that day. I don't know if it was the way the kids were fishing, but anyway, we caught 169 that day. That set our school record. We were tickled with it. But anyway, here's a picture. Here's the color combination, okay? This is visual. On the left, the first place plugs was that orange head right there. Second place, okay, orange and gold. And third place was a yellow head. And I've always liked the yellow head, but I got fishing now with an orange head. And it could change. But on the far right were just scattered catches of different ones and all. But anyway, if you're going to fish with gotcha plugs, you make sure you take an orange head out there with you this weekend, fishing off the piers or down to St. George Island, anywhere down there. So I just wanted to make sure everybody, we want to try to encourage you to go and also try to educate you on what to fish with, okay? Now, let's move on. Let's get ready for our drawing. I got a kick out of my pickle jar. I just started keeping it in the truck with me. I'd leave it in one place and the other, but I got the pickle jar stays in my truck till we get settled back in. All right, here we go. the Los Angejitos $25 gift certificate. They got some good food down there. Okay. In fact, I don't know if I go today. All right, here we go. I can't go today. Hope Owens from Weewall, $25. I don't know, I might go. Okay, now the second $25, all the way from Southport, Robert Danderon. Robert Danderon. All right, Robert. And now the $20 gift certificate of Top and Dock Seafood is going to go from Youngstown, Billy Joe Newsom. Okay. And how about, I know y'all going to enjoy that. And how about a big red snapper? And that's going to, they all stuck together. All the way from St. Joe, Junior Everett, Weewall, Southport, Youngstown, St. Joe. Good job. Cover the Panhandle like Kudzu covers Alabama. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our break and then we're going to come back with our fishing report. We're going to talk about, they've really had a good fishing the last couple, 3 or 4 days down at St. George Island. So we're going to talk about where they went down there. All right, let's go ahead and take our break and we'll be right back with our famous Friday fishing report. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at all these fish people are catching all over the place, especially last week and then beginning of this week before it got a little cool, but they're still catching them. I want to start down around St. George Island because we got a lot of big reports, but before we go into St. George Island, we're going to always look at Carabel and Sea Quarters Marina. You may fish out of there, but no matter what, if you go in that neck of the woods, run by Sea Quarters, talk to them and find out what they caught yesterday and what the local guys are fishing for. Talk to Captain Kim or the staff down there at Sea Quarters. They know what they're talking about, I promise you. You may want to go and pass. I'm going to show you, if you get down to Lanark Village, and I'm going to zoom in, there's a boat ramp right here. Let's see, in fact, right here in the center. See that little boat ramp right there? Okay, you put in right there, and then you can go out, even in a small boat, and fish behind that little spit of land right there. Red fishing has been really good. Okay, and if the wind's not bad going behind Dog Island, we'll talk about where to fish behind Dog Island. But anyway, let's go down to where they've really been catching some Spanish. The Spanish are coming this pass right here. And there have been several people that contacted me, plus the ones I've researched and found out they've been catching. The Spanish have come through the pass right here. And what you can do, this is a state park. You can go right on the tip down here and fish, or if you're in a boat, you can go fishing there. But most people are surf fishing right in this area, catching a lot of Spanish, but more importantly, they've been catching whiting. They've limited out. The whiting run has just started big time in St. George Island this past week. So we've talked about Spanish. We haven't given whiting its due respect. Whiting is a lot better to eat than Spanish. And people are catching, one guy caught 50, but only kept 30 because he only needed 30, but he let the other 20 go. And he caught those 50 in an hour and a half. That's almost 1 a minute. But he catch sometimes on two hook rig. Very good reports on St. George Island. And also, I got right here 50 and 30. I got 3 reports, okay, from that area. All right, let's move on. Some people, they don't want me to tell it, but they're catching some flounder. Some people tell me they don't say anything about it, but I've got to be honest with everybody. They're catching, and it's not loading the boat with flounder, but they're catching some flounder, okay? And let's see, I've got written down the Spanish, St. Joe Bay. Remember, one of the viewers asked me last week where to go in St. Joe Bay. So you're going to put in down here, basically this buoy line. There's a buoy line right through here, right here in the center. Hit that buoy line off the cape right there coming out of Mexico Beach. There's a buoy line. Those Spanish are going to be somewhere around the buoy line. And you'll see boats. Look for 2 things. Look for diving birds, and then look for the boats if you start seeing them go in a circle. All right? And let's go to here to St. Andrew Bay System. Same situation. They're here in St. Joe Bay has them, and St. Andrew Bay has them. And basically, they're going to come in the pass here, and then right here in the center, what they're going to start doing, you're going to start seeing the boats. And now here's the situation. You got the big boats, you got the little boats. They call us little boats monkey boats because we always round them in the way. But we all got to work together on it. But these charter guys make a living doing it. And ideally, in an ideal Saturday morning, you want everybody going around in a circle together. But you're going to have some people go in a circle and they see somebody catch them, they're going to cut across. and it's aggravating at times. So make sure you have patience. When they're having that run, that's just the way it is. So right here in the center of the page, you got the middle grounds and all that. So you'll just see the boats, you see the birds diving. I've had my better luck right. I'm gonna keep it in the center. I've had our better luck right there in the center. Right there in the center, and we've gotten closer to Grand Lagoon and made a circle back toward it. But you'll see, and then up in here around Beach Drive, there's been some good places to go. But you'll see them, and that's what's biting this weekend. I jump on the Spanish, and we had Michael Calvert on talking about catching. He's fishing East Bay and West Bay, catching those redfish. You saw what he's catching redfish on, and he's doing a good job over in Choctawhatchee Bay. I haven't gotten a lot of reports from the Santa Rosa folks. I know they're getting ready to go and do some serious fishing and all, but the river is in pretty good shape, and freshwater fishing is going to be good. You saw the bass tournament last Friday. You saw the results of the bass tournament in Lake Seminole. Those kids got out there and fished really hard, so they were holding some bass. Go by the highway. I would fish. If I'm fishing Choctawhatchee River, I'd go to Highway 20 Bridge, and I would go up the creek and fish up around New Hope and all that area where that landing is. Surf fishing, a lot of people, if you're going to surf fish over there around between Destin and Santa Rosa Beach, you want to go early. And really, we're getting some pompano, but the pompano run hasn't started big time. But there are a few pompano being caught, and the places they're catching them is early in the morning. And Brockmeyer's been catching them at night. He's doing real well catching at night. The big thing about going at night, it's not going to be as crowded. Usually at night, most of us are getting sleepy though, but Brock is young. He's taking those kids out, and they're doing a good job surf fishing at night. And also, be aware of the sharks. We're going to run out of time. But anyway, that's the report. Big thing is Spanish and the whiting down there at St. George Island. That's a big run. Got to wrap it up this week. It's been a good week here on Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership, appreciate our sponsors, our new advertisers coming on. You do something good this weekend for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.